Have you ever heard of a place where shadows don't exist? Deep in the rolling hills of southern France, there's a cemetery the locals whisper about. They call it Le Jardin Silencieux, the silent garden. It's a place that defies logic, a place where every gravestone stands under the open sky. Yet none of them cast a single shadow. Not at sunrise, not at high noon, not even under the ghostly light of a full moon. It's a phenomenon that has puzzled everyone who has ever set foot there. Back in the 1970s, a team of curious scientists decided to unravel this mystery. They arrived armed with equipment, ready to expose what they believed was a clever geological illusion. They spent weeks measuring light refraction, checking every possible angle, and testing the soil for any strange, reflective minerals that could explain the anomaly. But they found nothing. Their instruments gave them perfectly normal readings, yet their eyes told a different story. The absence of shadows was absolute, an unwavering fact in this quiet corner of the world. Their attention soon turned to the gravestones themselves. These weren't made of ordinary marble or granite. The material was unlike anything they had ever encountered. It seemed to drink the light, absorbing it completely rather than reflecting it back. One professor, struggling to describe the sensation, wrote in his journal that looking at the surface was like staring into memory itself. The stones felt ancient, holding a depth that seemed to pull you in, a void where light simply ceased to be. The mystery only deepened when the team decided to excavate. With permission from local authorities, they carefully dug beneath one of the unshadowed markers. They expected to find the remains of a long-forgotten soul, but what they discovered was far more unsettling. There were no bodies, no coffins, no bones. The graves were empty. All they found were hollow spaces, lined with a thin, uniform layer of ash. Events strangest, the names that are etched into the stones correspond to no death records in the entire region. It was as if these people had never existed, or perhaps never died. As whispers of the shadowless cemetery spread, it became an unlikely tourist attraction. People came from all over, hoping to witness the phenomenon for themselves. But the garden seemed to have a will of its own. Cameras would mysteriously malfunction. Batteries would drain in an instant. Hulls of film, when developed, would click over a wash of pure white light. Yet, one photograph managed to survive. It was grainy and distorted, but it captured something impossible, a single, faint shadow moving between the graves where no shadow should have been. It wasn't cast by any of the stones. It seemed to belong to something or someone unseen. This single, terrifying image prompted investigators to return. But when they arrived months later, the garden had changed. The shadow was gone. More chillingly, every inscription on the gravestones had completely faded away. The names, the dates, all vanished without a trace. The stones themselves had transformed, turning a deep, cold black. Their surfaces now smooth and reflective as polished glass. The light-absorbing quality was gone, replaced by an unnerving, mirror-like finish. Faced with a phenomenon they could neither explain nor control, the authorities made a swift decision. The site was permanently sealed off from the public. Over time, it was scrubbed from all official maps, its location intentionally forgotten, erased from history. To this day, The locals who live in the nearby villages refuse to speak of it. If you ask, they'll shake their heads and walk away. But an old legend persists, a quiet theory passed down through generations. They say Le Jardin Silencio isn't a place that buries bodies. It's a place that buries time itself. What do you think happened in that silent garden? Was it a natural wonder, a paranormal event, or something else entirely? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more mysteries. See you next time.